Hey y'all, it's Danielle from Black Business Boom and Black Owned Nashville. And we are live today talking about real estate and mortgages, especially mortgages. And we have some true experts in this field, our industry expert, Money Mitra, our mortgage expert for Black people making moves in the Black Business Boom community. But we also have Daryl Roberson joining us. He is the Assistant Director of Industry and Governmental Affairs. He got a long title for the Tennessee Housing Development Agency, which is something that I didn't learn about until just this week. So I'm really happy to have folks tuned in to learn more about what you all are doing and how you can actually work with real estate agents and mortgage professionals across the state of Tennessee. So let's jump on in. Daryl, tell us a little bit about what is the Tennessee Housing Development Agency?
Okay. Well, Tennessee Housing Development Agency is your state housing finance agency. We are here to help people buy homes. We offer down payment assistance and closing cost assistance throughout the state of Tennessee. We make it easy. Most of our loans are FHA, VA, and RD type of loans. Just so you'll know how our down payment assistance work, we have a great 6% model. And what that means is that we offer 6% of the sales price to go towards closing cost and down payment. So for an example, if you buy a home for $300,000, we have as much as $18,000 to help someone get into a home to help take care of their down payment and closing costs. That is a second mortgage. So it does have to be paid back, but it's amortized over 30 years. So it's like getting a 100% loan. So we have that option for people that needs that help. We also offer another option, is a $6,000 option, and that is for people who don't need quite as much money for their down payment and closing cost. And on that program, it's very unique because you don't have to pay that back until you sell or refinance your home. And at that time, we'll take just the $6,000. There is no interest rate tied to that one.
Okay, that is fantastic.
It is.
And I think it's just important that we get this information out to our community. There are programs and there's assistance out here to help us to catch up when it comes to, buying and owning real estate. Tell us a little bit about your background, Daryl, and how you ended up at THDA.
Well, I've spent 30 years in the real estate and mortgage business. I own two more real estate companies. At one time, Real Choice Realty Group and Park Place Realty. And then I also spent about 15 years in the mortgage industry, and I owned a company called Covenant Funding. I was actually co-owner of Covenant Funding. So, and I spent about 10 years or so building homes in Middle Tennessee. So I have a background in, a long background in this industry.
I love it. That is fantastic. Now, if someone was looking to learn more about your programs or engage with you, do you all engage directly with consumers, or do you only work with mortgage lenders and real estate agents or realtors?
That's a very good question, Danielle. What we work with our approved lenders. They have to go through a vetting process. And we have about 125 lenders. You can find them on our website at thda.org. But we work with them. What they will do is they will get you qualified, get your loan closed and so forth. And then we will buy that loan and service that loan to make sure that that our clients or any of these people who take advantage of our product, we make sure they're successful by going through that whole process there, and also the servicing of the loan, because we will never sell their loan. We will always make sure that we service that loan here in Tennessee.
And so you all are an independent organization, not a government.
Right. Well, yes, a quasi-government type of agency. Okay. Yes, there is part of us that have to follow some guidelines that are put forth by the state of Tennessee. However, we are run independently.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I asked all my questions. I'm like, I just wanted to get to learn more about the agency because, it's new to me and not really knowing anything about the programs that you all offer, but as I did my research, they look pretty awesome. And so I want us to jump a little bit more into talking about, what those programs are and how you actually help folks. So I'm going to let Mitra take it away and pry a little bit into that so that we can get all the information we need to know about what's going on with interest rates, what programs are available, and how they can work with both of you guys if someone's looking to buy or do whatever they're looking to do here in the market here in Middle Tennessee.
All righty, so I will take it from here. Thank you so much, Danielle. So what I want to do is just talk about some of the guidelines and discuss, what clients would be a good fit for this type of program. So, for example, the purchase price, or what we call the acquisition limit. Daryl, what's the max purchase price, or how is that determined?
Okay, it is by county, but just here in Middle Tennessee and any county that touches Davidson County, the acquisition cost limit is $375,000. So I like to say that we really help a lot of moderate income borrowers get in homes.
All righty, wonderful. And so can somebody, I get this question a lot, can they come and, pay over that 375, or does it have to be capped at that?
No, it's capped at 375. You cannot go over that. Now, I just want to make it clear, you can buy a home higher than the asking price as long as it doesn't go over the 375. To give you an example, if someone has a home price at $300,000 and you want to make an offer of 305, and if you have the difference that you want to come out of your pocket with, you're more than welcome to do that. You can pay the $5,000 difference out of your pocket. However, it cannot go over that acquisition cost limit.
Okay, so it does have to appraise.
Yes, it would have to appraise, right? That, or you will have to pay the difference out of your pocket. That's correct.
Okay, wonderful. And so what's the minimum credit score for?
Our minimum credit score at THDA is 640.
Okay, excellent. And then other restrictions, like, are there income limits? If so, what do the income limits look like in, let's say, Davidson County and surrounding areas?
And again, that goes back to, I love saying that we are for, you hear the term a lot of times that we represent lower to moderate income borrowers. Always say we represent a lot of our clients are moderate to low income borrowers because of those income limits. Our income limits right here in Davidson County for 1 to 2 in a household is $101,000. And if it's 3+ in a household is $118,000. And we are right now going through a process where we may be increasing that. So stay tuned for that here soon.
Wonderful. So that's for the THDA and the the FHA version and the VA version as well, right?
That's correct. And that's what I call our government loans. Okay. You have FHA, VA, and RD, or Rural Housing Development.
USDA rural type loans. And what about the conventional loan? I think you guys have a GC 97. Can you tell us,
we recently changed that name, Mitra. It's now, it's now HFA Advantage. So it's a Freddie Mac FHA Advantage loan, but it is a conventional product. The credit score requirement on that is a 660 minimum. And that allows for, and you can still utilize the same down payment assistance. You can receive that $6,000 or that 6% on that product. Now, it goes by what's called the area median income, and it's at 80%. So right now you're looking at somewhere here in Middle Tennessee around $69,000 or so. And again, those numbers should be going up here soon.
Okay, wonderful. So the income limits are a little bit more restrictive there. And I think we also talked about the mortgage insurance is also cheaper for those that qualify, even in comparison, like if someone comes to me and we're comparing a THDA loan, because I do offers those, and then, a regular loan, the mortgage insurance is cheaper. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, you're exactly right. We get what's called a charter rate because we're a housing finance agency. Our rates that they offer us that we're able to pass on to our consumer is our borrowers are lower. And that right now is that, give you an example, in most cases, you're looking at most of those rates will be 0.25% or 0.35%. Ours is at 0.18 for that particular loan product. So yes, that's a big savings to anyone who takes out a conventional loan through this program.
Okay. And for anyone that's newer in general, we're talking about MI or mortgage insurance. What is mortgage insurance?
Mortgage insurance is really insurance that help offset any losses that a lender may have just in case of default. Okay, it's just an insurance that you pay. It benefits the lender if you are for whatever reason defaulted on your loan.
And when is it required, and what circumstances?
It's required for anyone who's getting a loan above 80% of LTV, loan to value. Once you get to that 80% threshold or below on a conventional product, you can have that removed.
Okay, wonderful. So let's talk about the VA version of the THDA option, the Brave program.
Yes.
Is that correct?
For the brave.
Okay. So what are the perks of that for anyone that is a veteran? You know, how can they really utilize that and put themselves in the best case?
You know, that is a wonderful program. And I'm glad you brought that up, Mitra, because it is outstanding. In that it's for our veterans. And we understand that our veterans deserve to, to have a strong and robust product. And we have that here at THDA. That product allows for a 0.5% discount on the interest rate. So right now, our interest rate currently is at 5.5%. A veteran, we have an interest rate at 5% right now. So that's great. Also, veteran can utilize our down payment assistance in the same way. So if that veteran is taking advantage of his VA benefit at 100%, they can take our $6,000 and pay their closing costs, or that 6% if they need more funding, and utilize that. Also, too, with a veteran, they do not have to be a first-time home buyer. As you're aware, Mitra, on our government loans, on our FHA, RD, those loans, they are government loans, you have to be a first-time home buyer. And a first-time home buyer definition is someone that's not owned and occupied their primary residence in the past 3 years. So, but for a veteran, that's an exemption. They can sell a home today and buy another home and utilize our product the next day.
That's really good to know.
It is.
That is a difference there. And another thing about VA for anyone is new, it's 100% financing already.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to take that $6,000 with no second mortgage payment. And like you said, apply it to the closing costs. You can come to the table with very little to nothing, right?
Exactly. And what makes that great, really, which is right now, that people are not paying closing costs right now. They're getting multiple offers. So this helps.
The sellers are not, right? The sellers, they can be greedy. They're like, I'm not giving it.
Right. For those veterans who don't have money saved up to take care of those closing costs, that's what our product is for. It's there to help those people. So you're right. They would have to have very little money involved in the transaction.
And even if they do have money or they have the, because is there a limit? Like, can they have too much in assets?
No. Very good question.
Other areas?
No, it's a very good question. We do not have, that's not on any of our loans. We don't require that if you have a certain amount of money, you must utilize that. You can have as much money as you want to, still take advantage of our program and keep that money for rainy day fund money. You know what I mean? Make sure this also helps you to qualify, go through the qualifying process when they see you have more money in the bank. So take advantage of our money. And just for those who don't know this, on that 6% second that I was telling you about, the interest rate on that is the same as the first. So if that interest rate for that veteran is 5.5, then if they took advantage of the 6%, that would be 5.5. Again, if they just took advantage of the 6,000, there is no interest rate and there is no payment.
Wonderful. And can't veterans, can they, correct me if I'm wrong, but can they, if they took the 6%, can they pay off some debt or do something like that?
No, we can't pay off any debt, but what we can do is help out with the VA funding fee. They'll have a VA funding fee. We can also do a principal reduction. That means that we'll take this money and help pay down some of that principal on that if we have to. For veterans, probably better for them at the 6,000 because that's already 100% loan, but they can take advantage of this also.
Okay, I think what I'm hearing you saying is that even if they do get the 6% and they want to utilize it in that way, you don't have to leave anything on the table. They can use it to reduce the principal.
You got it.
Closing costs, all of that.
That's exactly right. Yes.
Yes,
it is. Yeah.
So what else? Any other features, anything else you can think of that, could be beneficial to our audience today?
Keep in mind that right now, I know it seems like home ownership is out of reach for a lot of people, Mitra, but it really isn't. I think what it is, we have to work a little harder for it now. And what I mean by that is making sure you have a real estate agent or real estate professionals willing to get out there and shake those bushes, right? Make sure they can find that property. But if they can, and they understand how our product works, this can help many, many people in the state of Tennessee buy a home and build wealth. And I think that's what's important, is that people understand that we have products out there for them.
I totally concur.
I've just been learning over here. I'm just sitting in the background, like it's a lot of information. But like you said, that's why it's important to work with the right people.
Absolutely.
And so for those that are tuned in and they're looking forward to planning to buy a home in the near future, or maybe in the process of getting started, what should their next steps be as they're hearing about these amazing programs from both of you guys? What steps should they take next, Mitra?
Well, one, I think it's always good to, show up for yourself, bet on yourself, and really just apply so that you know where you stand. Because even if you're not ready right now, we're all starting in a different place in our journey to homeownership. Some are buying their first home, some are getting their credit ready to buy the first home, and some are buying their third home. So, if you know where you are, then that way you can know where you're going, which is really important. So reaching out to a mortgage professional like myself that can help guide you, tell you where your score is, because we really look at three main things: the income, the down payment, and the credit. So the income, if we're using THJ or any program, we want to see, what are the guidelines? How can we, fit you in that box? And if so, let's help you save some money. Let's use the money that's out there with these housing agencies that are here to really, help people get into homes and get in there faster. Because that $6,000 can be very helpful. Even if you have the money, that's moving money or furniture money, or like he said, rainy day money. So if you put that in perspective, it just really helps you to put your best foot forward. And especially in these uncertain times, why not keep more money in your pocket if you can? So we'll get you pre-approved. I think there's a link around here. You can go to www.moneymitramortgage.com, apply there, and I will, we'll schedule a time. I'll review your application with you. And, if we can get you a pre-approval letter out, we'll do that. If not, I'll tell you what you need to do to get to the next step so that we can help you on your journey to homeownership and help you build wealth. I mean, that's what we're here to do.
I love it. And I'll tell you, there's so much value in having you come every month and talk to us, Mitra, and to have a mortgage expert that truly is dialed in and knows all of these programs and has built the relationships with the folks who have these programs and run these programs is so important to our community. So we really appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you, Daryl, and the work that you all are doing in providing these programs and working with the realtors and the mortgage professionals to make sure that these programs reach the people and reach the right people. We greatly appreciate you and your team. Again, Mitra is here. She's our industry expert in all things mortgage. And so she'll be back with us again next month. But if you are ready to get started and you at least want to know where you stand, go to moneymitramortgage.com and get your application in, find out where you stand. And you, like Mitra told us last month, you never know. She has people who have been shocked to see that they actually are approved. Like they're like, oh, I thought I had some work to do, but I'm actually ready to roll. So you never know. But, knowing what your situation is and talking to a mortgage professional is the first step in getting started and moving in the right direction. So again, I appreciate you both for coming and joining me today. And I will be sending some folks your way for sure. But if you're tuned in right now, go to Money Mitra Mortgage. It's in the caption. You can't miss it. And get your application in. And also reach out to Mitra if you have any questions as well. Thanks so much, guys. I truly appreciate you all. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.